82 luftburna divisionen, kallad All American, hade som uppdrag att inta Saint-Mary-Glise och Neuville för att skära av landsvägs- och järnvägsförbindelse med den viktiga hamnstaden Cherbourg. Säkra broarna över floden Merderet vid Lafayette och Chef-du-Pont samt etablera ett brohuvud på den västra sidan av Merderet. 550 regementet skulle landsättas på östra sidan. 507 och 508 regementena skulle landsättas på den västra sidan av Merderet. - 101 luftburna divisionen, kallad Screaming Eagle, med 501, 502 och 506 regementena, hade som uppdrag att säkra de 4 vägbankarna som leder till Utah Beach, över de översvämmade områdena bakom stranden, samt säkra broarna över Dove vid Carentan och dammen vid La Barquette, samt upprätta förbindelser med den 82 luftburna divisionen.
I was a pilot in the 37th Squadron, 316th Troop Carrier Group, and I flew the 82nd Airborne, a stick of 21 paratroopers, into Saint-Mary-Glise.
In the plane that I was in, there were 19 men. There was a lieutenant that led the stick. I was a sergeant, so I was the last man, and I pushed the stick. We called push the stick. I was the last man out of the plane.
And we flew that heading over Saint-Mary-Glise to the northwest side of Saint-Mary-Glise, and we gave the signal to our paratroopers to jump. They jumped. It was a perfect jump. Perfect. And the next morning at 4 o'clock in the morning, this is the first town that was captured by the Allies.
It was 1:30, real dark in the morning, and a lot of anti-aircraft fire coming at us. The sky was lit up. It looked like a 4th of July celebration, you know. Boom, 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 planes going down, and
if you looked down, and all we saw was just whole big streams of tracers coming up toward us, hitting the ship. And of course everybody wanted to get out right away. We hit the ground, and I was all by myself.
I kept using my cricket, but nothing happened. And about noon the next day, I heard 2 snaps. So somebody had heard my cricket, and I kind of figured out where the devil this guy was, and I couldn't get to him from where I was at, because there was quite a bit of hedgerow there. But when I finally did get with him, boy, that was a good feeling to have somebody with you. I was 18 years old. It was mighty scary being there all alone in the middle of the night.
Well, the first day it was horrible because we were getting bombed with artillery shells, mortars, snipers. It was a free fall the first day. You didn't know who was who. But once we settled down on the first day, we were okay.
About 2 o'clock in the morning, they started to jump us into Normandy. After we crossed the coast and the tracer bullets started coming up, and they were young pilots, and some of them, they kind of scattered. The pilot of our plane continued on course, and we were dropped on the correct side of the Merderet River.
We got hit, our plane did. It went right into a dive as we were getting up to hook up to the static line. And I was number 2 man, and I fell and I slid way down I was looking right up at the pilots, you know. I thought we'd had it, because when they hit, usually it's a big ball of fire, you know. But they managed to pull it out right close to the ground. Then they started raising it up, and everybody was pushing everyone else back up, and I had a long ways to go. I got up there, and Staff Sergeant Herman Zeitner, he was the jump master, because we had 9 planes and only 8 officers, okay? And when I got behind him, he was holding them back, and they wanted to go because they'd had a big scare, you know, and they wanted to get out of there. And we were too low. And so I was chopping him, kind of holding him back. I was up above, and he was down here. And as soon as we got up where he thought we were high enough, we took off. And my parachute opened, I oscillated, boom. I thought, oh God, I hope Zeke made it. That was Sergeant Zeitner.
I didn't even realize that there were tanks coming. You know, we were on a more or less a skirmish line, when somebody said, "Get that damn Superman over here." So I run over to where they were hollering. My number 2 man didn't even show up, and I fired the first round. And you know, you gotta. It's they have a site like so, with probably 2 graduations there. So you had to use I just raised the sight like that, and by golly, I hit the track on that tank, and apparently it disabled the tank because it didn't seem like they could maneuver it.
June the 12th, we attack the Murderay River at Boozeville-la-Bastille. We took Boozeville-la-Bastille and marched about five miles, I think about 7 kilometers south, to a town called Bopt, where there was a German Panzer battalion. So we went down, captured the Bopt,